guess what I've got. And you will never guess what I've got. I have got tropical Skittles, and it is blue. It is blue. Also, I watched Superman, so I'm going to be talking about that. But first, let's open this. Oh, and I can really smell it. Now, as always, I've got Skittles, the eyebrow and the ball. And it is blue. Oh, look at that, guys. It's blue. I'm gonna let the ice do its work, okay? But first of all, let's put that there just because it looks amazing. I want to talk about Superman. I watched Superman. First of all, I have to say, I watched Superman in my local cinema that is digital. And that means it's on a 4K digital projector. Now, I know there's a lot of people that like to go to the movies or go to the cinema and watch an actual film, a 35mm print. I bought myself a cognac, put on the 35mm print of whatever, and, I can totally understand why people actually want that. But for me, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I grew up with 8mm, 16mm, 35mm. I used to go to the cinemas all the time as a kid. I've even seen 70mm and everything. But for me, I can't, express how much I think it looks better on a digital cinema screen. But yeah, it's like some people will say, oh, it's not the same. You need the 35mm print to watch, but the problem is I watched Men in Black 3 a few years back, and me and Travis Lassance watched it on digital 4K projector in the cinema, and the blacks were deep black and the colour was bursting out the screen. It just looked so good. We then went to London and met up with my daughter, and we all went to the cinema, but their cinema showed the 35mm print of it, and it was grey and washed out in comparison. It did not look anywhere near as good. So for me, I just like to look at something and say, wow, that looks good, and then watch something and go, that don't look as good, and then put the other one on and go, oh yeah, no, that looks good. And that's the difference. It's like, this is the 35mm print of Superman, and this is the digital 4K version of Superman, that I saw at the cinema. And I'm sorry, I look at that and think that is better, that's all I go for. It's nice to say, oh, but I think it's a nostalgia thing, it's everyone wants it because that's how it used to be. It's like taking a photo now. If I take a picture with an old 35mm camera, you've got to take the photo. You have no idea what that picture is going to come out like. And I remember taking this picture years ago. This isn't how it come out. It was a lot better than that. This is one I just used for my old to take 24 pictures of that until I finally got that one. It was just one, and I had to have it processed. Yeah, so I got one picture out of 24. All the rest were rubbish, but that one came out right because I'd set it properly. But now, with a digital camera, I can just take the picture and look at it and see if it's come out properly or not. So I'm for digital. I always have. It's like, with records, you get a final record, and I just didn't like the fact that it would distort slightly and that you would get the pops and the crackles. I like to put CD on and it's absolutely crystal clear and there's no noise, no spits and crackles and pops. And it's the same with 35mm film. I mean, it just, all the times I've watched it, it doesn't look as good as a digital print. But anyway, enough of that I think now. Although I had a lot more to say about that. There's just so much noise going on outside. Like, I think Leatherface is running around with his chainsaw. Yeah, I saw Superman, and what had happened is we stayed in this hotel and we watched the original Superman from 1978 that night, and it was on this really good TV. It was a quantum dot TV, Samsung. It was very good. Colour was amazing on it. But anyway, we watched that and we're laughing all the way through it because it's brilliant. And we then go to the cinema the next day to see Superman. Now it's on it's digital 4K again, so it's brilliant. I love it. I know you like things, some people like things, oh, I like it like that. If you like it like that, all washed out and grey blacks and everything, fine. I just happen to like digital. I love it. Or whatever looks good, not even digital. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be shot on digital for me to like the film. Do you know what I mean? It's like Django, yeah, is one, but The Hateful Eight was actually filmed using an anamorphic lens, and if you see how wide that film is, it's something like 255 or something. The ratio, it's really, really wide, and it looks fantastic. And that's film. I think he used 70mm for that, but it looks amazing, brilliant. That's on film, but then I can look at another film that's been shot on digital and that looks amazing too, and I love it. I just like it. I just like picture quality just improving, and it's improving for me rather than the process. I don't worry about that. I just worry about how it looks at the end of the day. But anyway, just like this blue. I'm filming this, by the way, guys, on a £1,000 camera, a Nikon D something. Cheers. It's nice. It does taste. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Of Skittles. It's tropical. It's blue. It's, I don't know. It's nice. It's very nice. Have some more. Now, I don't want to spoil this. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you too much, but I'll tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. What I liked is when like Clark Kent has always got just a pair of glasses on and he looks like Superman without, but with a pair of glasses on. And you always think, well, how did he get away with that, you know? But having said that, I still like the way Christopher Reeve used to sort of change his ways, his sort of posture and his facial expressions and everything. You know, he did change, which was brilliant. But in this, he looks just like Superman, but with the glasses on. It goes through no change. But what you find out is he actually wears a special pair of glasses, which when he's got them on, to you, he looks different, which I thought was good. That was one. Two, you have his parents, you know, the recording, and they're speaking in this language, which is a new language, which I thought was good, because the language, you thought, you know, they would never be speaking American, would they, on Krypton, on another planet? And they don't. They speak this special sort of language, Kryptonese, I suppose, I don't know. So I like that. Little things like that. But the rest of it, you know, great scenes as well. It's really well done. It looks fantastic. But for me, it's just not the old Superman movies, you know. And they make him now, I mean, he gets hurt now because he's not fighting human beings, he's, you know, or being shot at or anything. He's now fighting these sort of super powerful beings that are just as strong, if not stronger than him. But when he gets hurt now, which he never did get hurt really, did he, properly? He needs the sun to heal him. So you got to put him in the sun. And I won't tell you how, but he gets put in this cage with kryptonite. And so he's really, really weak. But then when the kryptonite is gone, he's still really, really weak. Because he's not, let's just say he's underground, okay? Do you remember him being underground in the original Superman? When he put the chain round his neck? You know, and Lex Luthor was underground. But as soon as that chain came off, he was absolutely fine. But not in this. You've got to go and take him to the sun. You know, you've got to go and fly him off to the Bahamas and let him lay in the sun for a couple of days, which I thought was a bit silly. Also now, do you remember Lex Luthor in Superman 2 went to his home, Superman's home, Superman's address, you know? He goes there and he just walks in with Miss Taskmaster, and there he is in there. Not now. Now he has like this security door that, you know, he has to approach it with his DNA, and it recognises it's him and it's his DNA, and then it opens a big S. Oh, well, right, I know it ain't an S. Before everyone starts, it's not an S, I know. But the Superman symbol of hope, you know, that opens before you can get in. Even though Lex Luthor still figures out how to do it, you know, and gets in, so again, it's pointless. Yeah, and lots of things. This is one of them. Well, why didn't you just do this? Why didn't you just do that? You know, moments. Lots of those moments. But overall, seeing it in the cinema was brilliant because the sound's amazing. Like I said, I watched it on a digital 4K projector and it looked amazing. And there's a lot of effort gone into it. Just some silly things in the writing. there's another thing that happens that wouldn't have happened, to do with his parents, and I still didn't like that bit because they wouldn't have done that without spoiling it. But I don't know. Have you seen it, guys? If you have, what did you think of it? Do you still just love the old Christopher Reeve ones? Because I know I do. But it's very good. I'm not going to say it's not good, because it is good. And there was one part that made me laugh, and I was really laughing at it. Oh, he also has a dog, which I'd just come back from looking after these dogs, these two chihuahuas that are literally the Grey twins, and they were a nightmare. They're lovely dogs, but they're a nightmare. But the dog kind of reminded me, it's called Crypto, reminded me of these dogs that I'd looked after recently. But yeah, but overall looked great, sounded great. It was a great experience, even though we had these kids in there that kept going to, well, I don't even think they was going to the toilet. They bounce down the stairs and go out, door shut, then open again, and they bounce back up the stairs, and then must have been 2-3 minutes later they're bouncing down the stairs, going out, the doors close. Literally 10 seconds, the door opens, they bounce back up the stairs, and they must have done this, I'm not joking, guys, 5 times. And I thought, you might as well have just took them to some steps in the town centre and let them bounce upstairs and bounce down the stairs, and maybe give them a couple of doors to go through, because they seem to be enjoying that more than the film. And they're doing it in all the action scenes, not the talking. I thought, what's the point? But anyway, guys, look how good this looks. You see, this is digital. I've got a 35mm camera. I'm now going to switch over to that and show you the difference. And there you are. This is now the 35mm camera. Okay. You get the picture. Right, you get the picture. Get it? You get the picture. And back to the digital camera. There you go. Right, guys. It's brilliant to see. I like this. This is nice. It's very sweet though. It tastes like it's got a lot of sugar in it, and I don't really want too much sugar at the moment. It's alright though. It's still not that bomber. I'm trying to get that again, because that was the best one that I've ever tasted. That's about 7 out of 10 I'd give it. Maybe 7.5. Superman as a film, I'd give it 8 out of 10 as a film to sit and watch and enjoy and not worry about all the things that sort of make no sense. But as a Superman film, I don't give it a lot. I still prefer the old ones, I'm sorry. I do. See, I mean, maybe that's a nostalgic thing, that I prefer those. I just, Lex Luthor in it, he's like scary and he's a maniac. Well, he's a maniac anyway, I know, but he's so scary and angry. I know he gets angry too. And he's as big as Superman, like in height. Oh, Superman's good though. It's called Superman, I thought. Looks good, he's built. He looks a bit like the bloke that works in my coffee shop. Actually, he's like that. He's built like him. But yeah. Anyway, guys, this letter has gone on for far too long. James, no one's gonna know. I thought you're probably all asleep. You're probably all asleep by now anyway. But this one's quite a long video, I think. Could be my longest one. But anyway, yeah. I'm gonna go, guys. Please remind me. Oh, you're all gonna not be watching or asleep now, which sucks. Where are my people that are still awake? Remind me to tell you that I melted melted my keyboard. It's a really funny story. I melted my keyboard. So I may have to get a new one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's that one. And also, oh my god, I don't know whether to talk about it, because this bloke, it was a bloke that commented, and he's the most disgusting human being on the planet Earth. If you want me to talk about these things, I've probably put it up too late now. I've brought it up too late. No one's going to be watching, but if you're watching, please let me know if you'd like me to talk about the most disgusting, awful human being who left a comment on one of my videos, and how I melted my keyboard, which is quite a funny one. The other one's not funny, but that one is. So I will be back, guys, but in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful, peaceful,